What's up, everyone? We just want to say thank you for listening to the podcast and that this episode is sponsored by Straight Stoner, also known as the brand SS96. Shop today for t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. For listening today, you receive not 10, not 15, not 20, but 30% off. Yes, that's right, 30% off. Just use the code SWISHMASTERS today. Visit ss96.net and use the promo code SWISHMASTERS.
All right, welcome back to the Swish Masters podcast. I'm your boy Q with my co-host.
What's up, everybody? I'm Zay, the executive producer. Welcome back.
And Zay, we just watched the ending of the Eastern Conference semis. All right, so let me just say this. I was right. As of this recording, we're recording this after the Sixers and Hawks, as you remember.
7. Yeah.
Remember what I said? I told you Ben Simmons. Let's go ahead and talk. Go ahead and react. React to your Sixers.
Oh, man. Oh,
the
no.
Hawks, which is my pick again, by the way.
You're right. You're right. I got to give you credit. You picked the right team. I'm going to say this. Atlanta, you should thank me. Because every time I said Atlanta wasn't going to win, what did they do? Came back and won. I said they wouldn't beat the Knicks. They beat the Knicks in 6 games. I said they wouldn't beat the Sixers. They beat them in 7 games. So y'all should be telling me to say the Hawks are going to beat the Bucks in the conference finals. That way, no, I should be saying, I'm sorry, the Bucks are going to beat the Hawks so that the Hawks win. So Atlanta, I'm kind of on your side. I'm just saying. No.
Nah, that's some Stephen A. Smith stuff right there. Nah, You gonna let that slide, bro. So what happened with the Sixers?
Disappointment, man. So many things to disclose here. It's Philly is in a bad situation, from front office to players to schemes to just confidence in the game. There's a lot. First of all, shout out to Joel Embiid. He played his hardest. He went for 31. He gave it all he could, but in the end, just didn't have enough. Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons, you have to be confident. You have to be confident in this game. This is a major key. Ben Simmons obviously is an all-star. Everybody keeps saying that. But tonight, he got roasted on Twitter. He got roasted bad. There were many possessions in which we know he's not a jump shooter. So he's doing a lot of handoffs. He's, trying to facilitate. But he's so deep in the trenches that he's lost his confidence. There was a play tonight where he kind of like got a spin into the paint. And usually that would have been an easy dunk for him. And he dumped the ball off. You know how bad your confidence has to be for you to be at the rim 6'10", where you know you're going to dunk this any other time, for you to lose it and then throw it to a guy that's got 2 people covering him? Come on, man. You got to keep your composure. You got to tone all the talk out, and you have to play to your strengths. And right then in this game, he did not. But not just him. The Hawks also had a good game. Trae Young didn't have the best shooting night, but he made timely plays. Kevin Huerter was huge tonight. John Collins has been very great, consistent. Clint Capella stepped up. So you also have to give the Hawks credit. They did their thing. They came in and came to a hostile environment. And, Hawks are back in the conference finals, man. It's crazy. Never would have guessed that. I was wrong. My bad, guys.
Mm-hmm. Now, I try to warn you about remember, y'all. Hopefully, the viewers remember, the listeners remember. I was not trying to hate on Ben Simmons. All I simply said was that's going to be an issue, and it was an issue. Doc pulled him out.
Yep. The second best player is on the bench in the fourth, bro. That's not a good look. Not a good look at all, man.
It's bad. It's bad in Philly. And Zay made this point. I told you about this before too.
I thought Embiid would show up, man. I thought it would be.
He showed up, but let me talk about Doc Rivers real quick.
Yeah,
Doc Rivers, sir.
Oh man,
great coach. Let me get the praises out the way. Great coach.
Clean it up.
Congrats on your championship win. Does he still only have one?
13 years ago.
One win. One. I'm not hating on that. Great job with that. But sir.
Oh.
All right. So I'm gonna get this out real quick. So, sir.
Sheesh.
You were with the Clippers last year. You know where I'm going with this.
I know.
Clippers advanced was basically the same
core. He put himself here. Yeah.
Last year. Basically the same core. You know, got some role players that left. They gained some role players. But same core, you got PG-13, Kawhi, Zubac, Patrick Beverly. But the Clippers advance to the Western Conference Finals after all your time coaching there for so many seasons on Tyronn Lue's first try. You were the number one seed in the East. Philly. Great job. But again, you had a couple chances to win some games at home. Game 5 was definitely a surprise. You won that game.
Wow.
Y'all stepped up in game 6, yeah. But, sir, what does that say about you as a coach? Tyronn Lue, which is basically your squad you couldn't get to past the Nuggets. They got to the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
But your Sixers, but arguably a better roster. I mean,
arguably,
it was an
all around had more depth.
Like all around talent. They got shooters, they got floor spacers, you got interior presence. Yeah, and you're no one seed in the East for a reason.
Right. Yeah.
And you lose to the Hawks that nobody was talking about at the beginning of the season.
No one expected the Hawks to go past the first round. I know I didn't. And look at this. Eastern Conference Finals. First time in 6 years for the Hawks? That's crazy. Since back when Al Horford and Paul Millsap were there. That's Doc Rivers is in the hot seat for sure. Obviously, like you said, the Clippers advanced basically with the same team, and I don't know if this was an actual thing that he said, but it seemed like the narrative of why the Clippers failed last year was because it was on the players, not Coach Rivers. But the Clippers advanced to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history, and it's without you as a coach. And then not just them moving along, but another former player of the Clippers that now is on the Hawks, Lou Williams, beat you, and now he's going to the conference finals. So was it the players? And no disrespect to Doc Rivers by any means. He's a great coach, a Hall of Fame coach, in my opinion. But there seems to have been just a drop off since those Boston days. It's kind of been plateauing, not really able to elevate, not able to get past a semifinals anymore. And unfortunately, because I think he's a very good coach. He coaches hard. He has the trust of his players. He gathers them together, but it's just not working. And unfortunately, there might have to be some changes in that. It's gonna have to be changes in Philly's structure, regardless of where. A lot of things need to be evaluated for that squad because they were too talented to not beat the Hawks in the semifinals. Like, you were too talented to not be in the conference finals against the Bucks right now, in my opinion. Disappointment. But shout out to the Hawks. Beating the odds.
Let me say one more thing. I failed to mention one more thing, Doc Rivers. Mr. Rivers. Coach Rivers. Your old team moved on without Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, that's the problem. Tough. That's a big problem.
That's tough. And shout out to Ty Lue. I saw the adjustments he made on Utah. And we talked about that too.
Definitely.
But one, you chose too late to rest Ben Simmons towards the end of the games. You should have been done that. The lack of adjustment, sir.
Man,
I'm gonna say this too. Part of it is on the execution of some of the players. Tobias Harris did not have the best game in Game 7. But still, there's no excuse to lose. Like, what was it, 25, 26 point lead? There's no excuse as a coach.
That was ridiculous. I didn't turn the game off, but I just wasn't paying attention. What was it, Game 6, right?
Nope. Game 5.
Game 5, because they were in Philly.
Yep.
They were in Philly, and I'm like,
there's their chance to go, really try to put the series to rest.
That was it. How do y'all rest or take your foot off the gas? You gotta this is the playoffs. I said it in the first episode. I feel like you can't sleep on any team as a fan, as a player, especially being with any league. You know what I mean? This is the playoffs, and this is where momentum matters the most. And you let them come back from that. Another come from behind win that shifted the series. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. Y'all have to. You got to be aggressive. Put your foot on the gas. Go after this and get this team out of here. Handle your business. And
maybe Doc didn't expect Ben Simmons to not be aggressive and to not be Ben Simmons of the regular season. But I don't know, but that at some point that got to him mentally,
Honestly,
why else would you not go for the layup? And point blank range.
That's your bread and butter, Ben. Why are you not? I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this dude basically get a wide open look at. He's like the rim is right here, in.
I know.
In range, here to my hand, and this dude passed the ball. You're 6'10", and you got a wide open leg. You got to dunk that hard as you can. You got to. That was.
You lose at home
in front of your crowd in Philly,
on your fans.
But shout out to Trae Young. Shout out to Trae Young and the Hawks. I saw it. I saw somebody else say this on Twitter earlier too. Trae went into the two most hostile environments in the NBA and conquered. That says a lot.
That's true. He did.
And also today was Father's Day. So cool to see the scene of Trae going up and finding his dad in the stands, giving him his jersey. You know what I mean? That was a special. Yeah. I'm sure they're gonna remember that for a long time. And
yeah,
it's cool to see. Shout out to the Hawks, man. I know I gave them. I wasn't hating, but I didn't give them enough credit early on. So now I want to see what they're gonna do.
Yep. By the time you start listening to me. Before we talk about the next series, well, you were right not to listen to me, but
you know. Hey man,
we were both wrong. We'll talk about that. But so to wrap things up on the Sixers and the Hawks, again, Trey didn't have the best game, but he was timely, like Jim Jackson said on the commentary. So he had timely shots.
Timely assist, man.
Timely assist. This my thing. He was engaged, even though he was missing shots.
His presence,
unlike
very much felt.
He wasn't. I'm not sure you call that engagement in the game.
Ben Simmons lost his confidence a long time ago in the Washington series when he couldn't make free throws and he's getting that.
And maybe another topic of discussion is predicting what will happen with Ben Simmons, a former Rookie of the Year, an All-Star.
All-Star. Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Come on, man.
But that'll be another conversation. But again, we both give props to Embiid, the rest of Seth Curry too.
Seth Curry stepped up big time.
He's consistent. I think he made a name for himself.
Seth Curry with the shot, boy.
Right.
He was repping the Curry brand this playoffs. Shout out to him, but team fell short.
Definitely. And again, congratulations to the Hawks.
Congratulations. Shout out to the city of Atlanta. Did you think?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.